If there's one thing Donald Trump never misses a chance to do, it's make a moment all about himself. And his recent visit to the Department of Justice in April 2025 proved that yet again, loud and clear. Welcome back to Rapid Media Channel. Trump showed up at the DOJ alongside Attorney General Pam Bondi, and what should have been a formal diplomatic event quickly turned into yet another ego trip. As Bondi guided him through the building, she stopped to point out something she clearly thought would make the president proud. His official portrait now hanging at the DOJ's entrance. Trump's reaction? "Oh, wow. He looks like such a nice person," he said, smiling as though he hadn't just described himself. Then he turned to reporters and added, "That's a rough picture," likely referencing how closely the portrait resembles his infamous 2023 mugshot. That's right. The photo that immortalized him as the first U.S. president ever arrested after leaving office is now effectively part of his legacy. What do you think? Intentional power move or pure narcissism? Drop your thoughts in the comments, but the drama didn't stop there. Bondi casually mentioned that Vice President J.D. Vance's portrait hadn't been put up yet. Trump's response? Silence, not a word. No congratulations, no acknowledgement, just a brush-off that told us everything we need to know about where his priorities lie. MSNBC legal analyst Barb McQuaid wasn't letting that slide. She posted on X, "In prior administrations, the main entry hall at DOJ displayed the portraits of the POTUS, VPOTUS, and AG. Now?" Her comment, dripping with sarcasm, summed up the mood perfectly. Online reactions were a mix of mockery and concern. Some people found Trump's portrait creepy, while others thought it was par for the course. One user quipped, "And he used his mugshot. Pathetic." Another chimed in, "Works for me." A reminder that Trump's base still eats this kind of thing up. So how far will Trump go to center himself in every possible narrative? Apparently, as far as letting world leaders weaponize his ego. Let's talk about a particularly awkward moment with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky back in March. During that meeting, many were stunned when Trump appeared surprisingly sympathetic to Russian interests. Some now believe a seemingly unrelated gesture may have influenced that stance. Here's where it gets weird. Russian President Vladimir Putin had recently sent Trump a very specific gift. A painting showing Trump fist-bumping the air after surviving the 2024 assassination attempt in Pennsylvania. You can't make this stuff up. Initially, the White House didn't publicize the painting, but during a podcast with Tucker Carlson, Trump envoy Steve Witkoff let it slip. He said the president was clearly touched by it. That's one way to put it. The artist behind the painting, Nikas Safronov, later told CNN that he had been commissioned by the Kremlin and even received personal instructions from Putin himself. The message was loud and clear. This was no random act of goodwill. It was a calculated move to stroke Trump's ego. What do you make of Putin's gift? Clever diplomacy or obvious manipulation? Let us know what you think in the comments. Political experts agree the whole thing was an ego play. Viola Godefroy, a lecturer at Sciences Po in Paris, explained the painting portrays Trump as a super American, the ultimate protector of his nation. That imagery wasn't accidental. It was designed to appeal to Trump's self-image. Natasha Lindstadt, an expert in authoritarian regimes, added that the gift only reinforced the cozy, if troubling, bond between Putin and Trump. According to her, it was about maintaining the bromance. This obsession with self-image isn't just reserved for DOJ visits or foreign gifts. It's bleeding into the White House itself. Trump has reportedly removed former President Barack Obama's portrait to make room for, you guessed it, yet another portrait of himself. And yes, it also depicts his 2024 assassination attempt. That's 3 portraits, all focused on the same theme. Trump as the hero, the victim, the survivor. Whatever you want to call it, the message is clear. Trump sees himself as the centerpiece of modern American history. Do you think these visuals are part of a bigger strategy, or just vanity turned up to 100? Drop your take in the comments. Critics were quick to pounce on the move. One pundit on X commented, "It's clear who he puts first when it's a question of him or the American people." It's hard to argue with that sentiment when Trump is literally replacing historical figures with more images of himself. At the end of the day, Trump's presidency, and now his return to office, continues to revolve around a single, unshakable theme: him. His priorities aren't subtle. From the DOJ walls to foreign diplomacy and even White House decor, Trump is determined to center himself in every space he steps into. And that raises a critical question. Is this just more of the same Trump flair we've gotten used to? Or is it a warning about how he'll govern going forward? Let us know in the comments. Are these just harmless displays of ego, or signs of something much more serious? If you got value from this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Rapid Media, and sound off below. We want to hear from you.